to your heart. Hitting the chisel and making a joy. Moving my fingers together. Radio play me a song with a point. Sailor beware of weather. I'm getting close.
All right, Prophet of Fiction, hello. Oh, let me open your mic. That would be smart. Prophet of Fiction, there you are.
Yeah, you can hear me?
Well, welcome to the show. I'm just going to start the show right on time, 8:30. No screwing around. I'm assuming everything is good. You paired your channel. Excellent. Well done. And we're live. It is Sunday, April the 19th, April the COVID-19, 2026. It's 8:30 p.m. We start this show at 8:30 now because the sun is out a little longer when it does come out.
Not today, I hear.
Not really. Are you up here?
No, but my students are, so hey, I know.
Oh yeah, the weather sucks.
Yeah.
It's winter again for a day
Yeah.
or a week. Who knows? Yeah. How you been? How's your week been?
Not bad. I'm a bit under the weather, but
Okay, we'll make it short.
well, I'll keep it on time. That's fine.
We'll keep it on time. I haven't had my nap today either, so I've been up since super early today. So
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it yet. I did 2 walks today because I watched a YouTube video. It says you're supposed to walk.
It is good. Yeah.
It's very good for you. You probably walk. You look kind of skinny from what I remember.
Well, I do intense workouts 5 times a week usually. So
What's
one
intense?
of pardon?
What's intense?
Try running backwards up a hill.
That's craziness.
Yeah, it is. But that's me. You know, I used to do a 20-floor building from top to bottom 6 times once a week, take the elevator down. And a World War II veteran said, no, you couldn't get soldiers to do that. You're crazy.
Yeah. You know, I watched a video, it just said, just be like humans used to be. Now, I don't know how we really used to be, but if we were walking around hunting with a bow and arrow, a spear, whatever we were doing, but we're probably mostly walking and laying down and doing the nasty. We're on our feet probably more than we were on our butts.
I think so. Yeah, even there were no chairs, so people did deep squats to relax. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. And same with your bathroom breaks. There was no porcelain throne.
Right.
Queen Victoria created that, this stupid old witch. No, I didn't say that. Yeah, so we got to act more like we used to. So walking is really good. Apparently the stimulation of the heel and the ball of your foot, there are a lot of nerves. It creates a blood flow to the legs, keeps things moving. That's what you're all about.
You have to keep moving just for your lymphatic system to keep things cleaning.
I was just going to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth. Exactly. Yeah. You got to keep your sewer system sewering.
Right. Especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So you got to keep moving. That's the key. That's the key. So tonight's title is Fake Humans. Peter is always prepared, by the way. Appreciate that. We appreciate the work you put into the show.
I think it's my teaching and writing background. So.
Yeah, I forget that you're a professional educator, so you have to be on time, and you also have to prepare yourself. Don't come unprepared. So you've done everything well tonight. You paired your channel. So what are we talking about? What do you got on your screen? And
nothing to share yet, although I always could. I was going to start with touching on what the caller last week introduced, the topic of breatharianism.
Mm-hmm. What's that again?
Well, we were talking about ancient civilizations, and he was being overly critical of your unwillingness to believe in other civilizations
Oh
ruling
yeah.
not long ago, and
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I had those guys on my show. Some guys who were talking
That's
about
right.
that.
Yeah,
I think you were in the you witnessed that somehow, some way. Or
I
maybe
did
you
listen.
watched.
Yeah, I listened to that show. Yeah, I thought it was a bit soft for me because they like to glorify Tartaria and believe it was, a beautiful world that we lost. Oh boy, and I don't know how we lost it. The Jesuits somehow, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't buy that. I believe we're continuing with the same people in charge. Just
Hey, I love a good conspiracy. Don't get me wrong.
yeah, but I mentioned that my cannibalism take on the ruling class, and he said, "Oh no, I don't buy that. I believe they were breatharians because there are no bathrooms in their palaces." And
Okay. What's a breatharian again? Sorry.
breatharian is a person who doesn't need to eat or drink.
Oh, he just okay. Sure.
Yeah, like one of
Show
those
me proof.
plants. Pardon?
Show me proof of that.
Yeah, I was thinking of that myself too afterwards. We're Canadian, so I was polite and I just let it
Yeah.
slide
I think
by.
the last guy that tried that was Bobby Sands, the hunger striker. You remember that during the Troubles in Ireland? You remember that story?
No, I don't. But
Bobby Sands. Well, remember hunger strike? Hunger strikes were a thing.
they were, and that's because they're supposed to work because the people do suffer from not eating. There are a few people on YouTube who claim they are breatharians, but anyone can claim anything on YouTube. And I wanted to, if such creatures really exist, then they would need no stomachs. They would need no bungholes.
I was gonna say no pooper.
Yeah, a lot of other things wouldn't be necessary. Organs and yeah, find me the evidence.
Why do I remember Bobby Sands?
mm.
That's amazing. I'm remembering a lot of stuff.
I think 60 Minutes recently did an interview with a woman who claims to be a breatharian, and they challenged her to do it for 7 days, and she agreed. And the nurse in charge after 4 days said, "No, we can't continue it. We would be legally liable if this woman goes any further."
Yeah. Well, isn't it the rule of threes? You can't go more than 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food, 3 minutes without oxygen. Just trying to get in the right order. Anything you can't do within 3 hours. Let's see. Do you remember those?
Wasn't it 3 months without sex or something like that?
Well, yeah, that's obvious. Well,
Yeah.
sometimes, yeah. But anyway, Bobby Sands, I think that was a psyop. I'm paging Phil, Fake Nukes Phil. Can you put this historical event through the Fake Nukes Phil ringer? He died on 5 May 1981 after 66 days on hunger strike, and he was 27 in the 27 Club. The original pathologist report recorded the hunger striker's cause of death as self-imposed starvation, amended to simply starvation. One of 22 Irish Republicans who died on hunger strike. Interesting. So he became a martyr.
Yeah. Murder, self-murder.
And this is the no-nonsense Mr. Thatcher saying, Mr. Sands was a convicted criminal. He chose to take his own life. It was a choice that his organization did not allow many of its victims. So that's the Bobby Sands story. So if I guess he would be a breatharian,
I guess, although
at least for a while. Okay.
There are actually castles with bathrooms that have, well, no flush, but the waste goes directly outside the wall, so you're seated just outside the wall, but
Yeah. And it goes into the side of the road, the ditch.
the ditch or on your enemies, I guess.
Well,
But it is a fair point that most of these beautiful buildings don't have toilets, but that doesn't prove that they didn't go. People didn't go anywhere. Didn't need to defecate. They did have slaves, untouchables, so to speak, doing the dirty work for them. I assume, and there are plenty of ceramic pots of all sorts that could easily have served as bedpans and urinals, or shall we call them urns? Urns. So
Mhm.
I'm sharing
Yeah, I'm looking at it. What is this? The Last Supper?
the Last Supper, another mid 16th century painting.
It's a good one.
Yeah,
Colorful. We'll make this the show art because it's so pretty.
and this is what it's one picture I used in my Easter Feaster special.
Oh yeah, Easter Feaster. That was a good one.
And the disciples just look so stupid, like fops. Oh, give us the Eucharist, please. Oh, can we have some of your body and blood? It's just such a strange scene. But in the foreground, we have an urn and a pan. Dare I say, bedpan and urinal. I mean, people are eating, they need to defecate too. And I think the painter had
Chamber pot.
a chamber pot. Yeah.
Bedpan. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And the urn there is for men standing, I guess.
That's not for water?
I'm guessing no. They got the wine. They don't drink water. The wine's already on the table. And I think, these people are jokers who produced all these Renaissance paintings. You could see how silly the disciples look. Seem to be begging for this Eucharist instead of saying, "Hey, this is crazy. We're not eating you. This is not your body or blood." Who talks like that at the dinner table?
Yeah.
So, and I think the objects in the foreground are just another joke and based on reality. These people have to defecate. Anyway, what else? Yeah, new topic.
Okay.
I've been listening to some of the shows, and
Thank you.
and did someone mention this moment when maybe it was Lynn Ertel who mentioned this Chevron executive saying Americans should drive less.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, sorry. The fuller version also adds 3 hours without shelter in harsh conditions. That was the hour one. I just thought I would say it's the rule of 3 survival.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of that?
I think the breathing, drinking, and eating. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow this woman survived 4 days apparently without drinking.
Yeah, it's just a rule. It's just a loose rule.
Yeah. But yeah, what do we make of as Chevron executives saying Americans should drive less? If isn't his job to generate as much profit as possible?
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe if you tell people not to do something, they'll do the opposite. Maybe it's that.
Yeah. Well, they don't have much choice as prices go up. To me,
they're up. They're up tonight. By the way, they're on their way back up. In case anyone wanted to know.
Yeah. So far as I can tell, they haven't budged here.
No, I'm talking about the live price of oil right now. Oil opened for trading at 6 p.m.
Yeah. But at the gas stations here, nothing's budged.
Oh, that takes time. Gas is different. It's crude that's crude oil that is traded almost 7 days a week. So that's the live trade right now. It's up 7%, which
Right.
may or may not be good.
But regarding the motivation for saying this, or what, the meaning of a CEO saying this, I suspect they don't actually care about money. They have other agendas that are more important than money.
Oh, I'm with you on that. That's
Yeah.
everyone here agrees with that. There is a movement to make housing and cities sustainable in the sense they don't want people driving to the suburbs. They want everyone back into the stack and pack, and they don't need a car, and you could probably walk.
Right.
And
Well,
even though I don't like the agenda per se, as a logical person, I see the logic in all of that.
how so?
Well, I see the logic in that. Okay, if you could walk to get your food, and if you
Sure.
could not drive, a lot of people hate driving. Now, don't forget, I'm a driver. I do 100,000 kilometers a year. I've done millions of collision-free driving, but I do understand where this idea of going back to the way cities and towns were,
Hmm.
small towns anyway.
Right. Well,
Where you could walk to things. You don't have a car down there, so you probably walk.
no, I didn't for 3 years. I do now. But
Yeah, but most people would prefer to go locally to get all the things they need.
fair enough.
And
I just don't think Chevron executives have good intentions, and you're suggesting they do.
no, I just think he's going with the program.
That's
I
true.
don't.
There is a program to
There is
reduce
an
driving.
Agenda 21 program.
Right.
That's not a secret. It's out. You can read
No.
it.
True.
That's
But
what they want.
it
They
is the green mask behind which something else is lurking.
Well, yeah, they want total control over resources, and they want it worldwide.
Yeah, and over people. Yeah.
Yeah. They don't want independent people doing independent things because their idea with communitarianism is everything affects somebody else. And the old idea of suburbs and sprawl, they don't want that anymore. They haven't wanted it where I live for a long time. They haven't built a road in Toronto for 40 years.
Fair. True enough. Yeah.
They
But
won't even widen a road. There are roads I go on that were supposed to be widened in the 80s. So they've been glommed onto this for a long time. They narrow roads. They don't widen them. So that's sort of what he's implying. Now, the one country that's kind of bucking this is America. They drive the biggest cars,
Mhm.
with the worst mileage across the biggest expanses.
Mhm.
And look at how they look. So that's why I'm saying there is some logic to it.
Mm.
I mean, just because everyone is saying the 15-minute city is an evil, centralized Klaus Schwab plan, it doesn't make it bad necessarily. It's just because he's saying it.
I will do a presentation in a couple of weeks with a very disturbing possibility behind the smart city agenda,
Hmm.
and
Okay.
I will employ my favorite book, the Bible, and so on, other books.
But what do you think? Do you, because you're from Holland originally, I
Yeah.
think.
Yes.
Look at that place. I watch a guy named Not Just Bikes YouTube channel,
Mhm.
and he's one of the smartest Canadians and best video makers I've ever seen. He's a snarky little bugger, and he hates his hometown of fake London, Ontario, and moved to Amsterdam. And he just explains transit and cities, and
Yeah. Oh, it functions very well, I'm sure.
they almost paved over Amsterdam in the 50s and built highways, and they were on their way, and then the fake oil crisis of the 70s stopped everything in its tracks, and then they just went back to getting rid of cars in the major city centers. That's all. That was kind of the genesis of the 15-minute city.
Okay.
So you can blame your own former country, because that's where it actually works the best. They want to bring it to North America. See, the difference between Europe and North America is we have a lot of room. And people tend to try and get away from each other and when there's lots of room. I think that's a natural thing.
Yeah, and enjoy a bit of nature. That's not something you can do in Holland.
Yeah.
So that's why I never go back. But
Okay. Not even for a visit?
no, because you don't know how many relatives I have there, and I would feel obliged to regurgitate my life to
So you're
people
not too social when it comes to your relatives?
not at all. No, I mean,
All right.
yeah, I would have to drink beer and watch soccer games.
You could drink fake beer.
That's true. I'm being a bit harsh, but
Yeah. You can drink fake beer. You don't have to drink alcohol if you don't want to, if that's what your issue is, alcohol.
yeah.
Do vegans typically not drink alcohol, or is that nothing to
Oh
do
no,
with
this
each other?
precedes my dietary change. I've never had any interest in alcohol after the age of 21.
Oh, okay, that's good for you. Very good.
Always felt crazy and confident enough without it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm speaking to the preaching to the choir here.
Yeah.
Some versions also add 3 seconds without hope and 3 months without human contact. It's called the rule of threes.
Right.
I'm putting it in the show notes because I think it's kind of interesting.
Next topic, if we can.
Yeah, go for it. Let's keep it moving. I like lots of many topics.
Yeah, I think they'll stick to that in the future too. It was very nice last week.
Oh, you liked it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Oh, good. It keeps the show moving, and whatever you got.
Yeah, I'll do my
keep it
focus pieces on YouTube.
Well, you can bring them here when you want. Sometimes it's okay.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be reading or
doing
one thing for a whole hour.
Okay, that's fine.
I like to connect to the shows.
That's very kind of you.
Well, I hope you say that afterwards too. But
so far I like it.
I did hear you speak with Lynn Ertel about Venezuela.
Yeah.
And the recent kerfuffle there. What did they do to the president of?
Nobody knows. He hasn't even surfaced. He's probably sitting in a New York hotel.
Right, and there was some good evidence that the whole thing was faked. I think I saw some photos or whatever. He was dressed very well, smiling and whatever.
Yeah, I just don't think he's the enemy. I think that they let the place go to hell with the U.S.'s help, and then maybe it's dangerous for the guy to stick around. If they're running out of food, that's a big problem.
Could be. Or is it all theater? I'm asking because one comment you made was that the U.S. needs to keep Venezuela in the cartel.
Well, yes.
Yeah, but that only works. I mean, that can only be true if countries are not already fake.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, and just like I had to go digging around, and who owns the state oil company in Venezuela, and what history have they had? I guess the acronym is PDVSA.
Okay.
And back in '86, they bought 50% of United States gasoline brand Citgo from Southland Corporation, and in 1990, the remaining half. I think this can only be possible if everyone's on the same page and there's no real conflict between the countries and their resources or over resources.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm reading that now. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
J.R. Jimty says the problem with 15-minute cities is that they won't be voluntary. I disagree with that. You won't be able to leave your city without permission. They will be prisons. I don't agree with that. That's just fear porn. People don't want to leave their cities. They don't travel. I live in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
People on the east side don't go to the west side. And it's a fact that people don't drive more than 5 to 15 miles away from their house.
Well, yeah, and then it will be similar to COVID, where most people just complied.
But people don't even want to. They don't want to take a job across town. I'm quite an anomaly.
Yeah.
Just ask all your friends, how far do they drive? They don't drive that far. That's why even the electric car argument, oh, you need a car that goes 500 miles. Who drives 500 miles? Show me one guy on the regular that goes 500 miles in a day. Nobody.
My brother, but he's not normal.
Where is he going?
He's going from Halifax to Toronto, or sometimes to Florida, Everglades.
But he doesn't go every week.
No, fair.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay, if you need to go far, then rent a car that can go whatever. You don't, but for the most part, most people don't even need a car. They don't go anywhere. Their cars sit for 99% of the time in their driveway. I look at my own street.
Yeah, sure.
The guy next to me doesn't go anywhere. He charges his car every 3 months because he doesn't drive it. I thought, how crazy is this guy? Why do you have a car? It's a piece of wasting asset on your driveway. Stupid. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't see the fear porn in the 50 minutes. That's just fear porn. But what they are going to say is if you, like, they've created carbon as the enemy. Now that's fake, but doesn't matter. They can push it. People buy into it. Enough people buy into it. So that's the lever in which they will control your movement. And so if you are going to take plane trips and if you are going to drive, you'll have to buy carbon credits. And someone was telling me I should buy carbon credits now and put them in the bank. That might be smart because they're cheap right now. But if you believe that's a real currency that's going to be pushed, then you should buy it now and sell it, give it to your children in 20 years. Did you know you can buy carbon credits now? Someone told me that the other day.
Well. Yeah, that encourages people to not drive. But if I may, there's another perspective perhaps on smart cities, and that is the perspective of people who love to live outdoors in rural areas and take care of themselves. And
yeah, that's true.
It is becoming more and more difficult to manage that as over the past 200 years, the jobs are all in the cities. And they would, what's the word, resist joining smart cities, but that still raises the question, as you did, will it be mandatory? Well, probably not.
No, it will not. It will not be mandatory.
But it doesn't need to be, because they'll make life outside cities so difficult, as
Yes, they'll let the roads go to hell. The Rosa Corey said this. They'll let the roads degrade. They won't put services out there. And the argument is, why would you put a hospital in the middle of nowhere to serve 10,000 people?
Yeah, well, I could do without that too, but
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? So yeah, they're just going to make it an economic thing. Just let me show you this real quick. This is not a stock recommendation. If you want to buy carbon right now, you can buy an ETF, exchange traded fund. You can buy a carbon credit. You can buy a share of carbons for $31.44 a share. And it's based on IHS's Markets Global Carbon Index, which offers broad coverage of cap and trade carbon allowances by tracking the most traded carbon credit futures contracts. The index introduces a new measure for hedging risk. So you can buy carbon credits now. It's actually a new fund. I think it's newer.
But I would be a hypocrite to buy them, because I don't support the green agenda.
Sorry, it's not a new fund. It's from the 2020. It started during COVID, it looks like. But anyway, sorry, I digress. I'm just blending my other interest of ecology with investing.
Yeah. Well,
But do you know what I'm talking about? Like everything is going to be assigned a carbon value.
yes, I know. But as I said, that if I were to support that by investing in it, I would be a hypocrite.
But you're not supporting it. You're hedging your life. Are you going to be able to leave the system?
I would love to. Let's see.
But I don't think you can. Where are you going to go? Like Jeff Berwick, your fellow Mexican from Canada, is telling everyone to get on a plane and leave. And go where exactly?
Yeah, not everyone is
But where are
independently
you going to
wealthy.
go? Just give me a place. The whole world is under the same system. There are a couple outliers, and I think Iran might be one of them, but they're not going to last much longer.
No, but
Mhm.
well, I think
You think so?
no, but I think there's something to be said for doing what conscience bids and hanging on to that as long as possible. Of course, I'm not entirely independent, and I do make compromises, and we'll see what I have to do in the future. But I don't like compromising and complying too much with the system.
Okay.
So I've been fine without
Mhm.
participating much, let's say. On a wildly different topic and more related to fake humans.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, I recently became aware of something here, and well, of course, are these really human? You just look at them, faces included.
I knew a guy whose sister was a bodybuilder, and we went to her show,
Yeah,
and he insists she was a female, but she looked a lot like this. So it's gross.
yeah,
I know people. It's crazy, but these. I know they look like men, and I'm big on the trans agenda and all that. But I know these definitely look like men. I know they're women. We're
yeah.
told they're women, but yeah, it's gross.
They probably are women.
Probably.
Yeah, it's not really human anymore, and especially if you consider what they're putting in their bodies to grow this way.
Yeah, it is a freak show, but people like it. What is that? 2025?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Wow, that's something
Miss,
else.
Miss Olympia, and I think this one for sure has boob jobs
Okay.
because the boobs don't usually survive this kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
Not very well, anyway.
Well, they don't have fat on them, and the boobs are fat. Last time I looked.
They certainly shrink. So, men, of course, even
Bigger.
bigger. Yeah. And it's become quite a fad here in Mexico. I wasn't aware, and I don't see it because I'm in a village, but in the cities. And I have become aware that in Mexico, you can buy in your pharmacy human growth hormone, testosterone, steroids.
Yeah.
So it's just over the counter. And yeah, there are kids, teenagers doing this now. They desperately want attention, and that's how they're doing it.
Wow.
It's also a nice depopulation method because the average age of a professional bodybuilder is 44 years.
Yeah, it just screws everything up.
Yeah, I listened to one guy. He had his nipples removed.
Oh boy. Why are they getting in the way of something?
They're bleeding, or as others have milk coming out of their nipples.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah. On a related topic, what do we make of the?
What's that?
This is a statue in the Vatican. It's called the Laocoon statue. It's supposed to be Greek. It has a very suspicious history about its discovery. So I don't buy that it's.
Is it the news story for the week?
No.
Oh, you just found it. This is
no. Yeah, I'm aware of this because I've written about it before, and I thought I'd bring it up because of the link to bodybuilding, and the father here in the center who's wrestling with the snake.
Mhm.
His musculature is beyond normal, I think, and his low body fat. You don't easily find that
Yeah,
among
he's
the
got a six
peasantry.
pack.
Yeah, and he's got 18-inch biceps or 17 and a half, whatever. He's built. That takes some working out, and maybe more than that.
Yeah.
And so I've
Snake,
had my pardon.
snake venom. Maybe he's eating the snake venom.
Well, that's interesting you mentioned that, because I've already made a connection between serpents and their fangs and hypodermic needles, which I believe have a longer history than the ruling class wants us to know. And not only for adrenochrome, but for growth hormone for the human cattle class. There is a famous, again at the Vatican, the famous pine cone, which people have interpreted to be a representation of the pineal gland where growth hormone is produced. So you've got all these super muscular human figures painted on ceilings and on statues. The Sistine Chapel ceiling, for example. So were they already using growth hormone 300 years ago, 200 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's possible. What else do we have? Yeah, not humans. I've been indulging in a few NBA games just to pass the time when I'm exhausted and recovering, and to see some of the behaviors of people celebrating, I suppose, their achievements, dunks and whatnot. And it's a bit frightening. It's a bit subhuman. Like you just push the ball through a net, and now you're looking like an angry gorilla. The white people do this too. So
Yeah,
I think,
I know what you're saying.
yeah, it's just what are we becoming with this culture of high intense competition, and the what is that chemical that people enjoy when they achieve something quick, the quick rush? Is it dopamine?
Right.
Dopamine. And you know how much I love language, and dopamine, that now sounds like another joke at our expense. Dope
Makes you dopey.
makes you dopey. Yeah, dopamine.
We could look up the origin of the word.
Yes, but that's would take me in the wrong direction.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, as
Okay,
usual.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
What
And
is
I
it?
have to.
Etem online?
It's a what?
Etem online? But
Yeah.
actually, dopamine is a chemical compound. Well, okay. Well, it is it a it's a compound organic chemical, 1959, from DOPA, DOPA, the amino acid from first letter of elements dioxyphenylalanine,
Sure.
phenylalanine plus amine. So is it a fake? Is it a chemical compound not found in nature then?
Oh, it probably doesn't exist at all.
Yeah.
Like,
I see what you mean. Yeah.
They can't isolate this stuff actually, and not, actually, what's the word? In vitro, they can't isolate anything. But usually these words tend to be compound words constructed from two languages, usually European ones. I haven't looked into this one carefully, but It just looks highly suspicious. I have, for example, looked at vitamin. Vita means life, and then min means less. So the warning is right there in the word, less life. Take your vitamins.
Okay, I'll give you that. 1920, originally vitamine. 1912, coined by a Polish biochemist, Casimir Funk, from Latin vita, life, like you said, plus amine, because they were thought to contain amino acids.
Yeah, they always have another way out.
So do we think amino acids are fake?
Yes. Yeah.
Where does the idea of amino come from?
Not sure. Haven't looked at that yet, but there's just too much to analyze.
Amino, 1887, as an element in compound words in chemistry, from combining form of amine. Okay, what's amine mean? Amine, a compound in which one of the hydrogen atoms of ammonia is replaced by a hydrocarbon radical. 1863, from ammonia plus chemical suffix "ene."
I know.
Okay, this is quite the. And ammonia, of course, is a volatile alkali, a colorless gas with a strong pungent smell. 1799, coined in scientific Latin.
Yeah,
1782 by Swedish chemist Torbjörn Bergman as a name for the gas obtained from sal ammoniac, salt deposits containing ammonium chloride found near Temple of Jupiter Ammon in Libya.
Have mercy on your listeners.
But that's interesting. That's quite a story, isn't it?
It is a story. But
you like stories.
I like analyzing them too. Yeah. I forgot about one point. Who was it? Martin from Cui Bono?
Yeah.
And he spoke about the what was that model called? Tychosium model?
Yeah, the Tychos. That's Simon Shack. Mm-hmm.
Right. Is that Simon Shack?
Yes, he's the one that came up with the modern reinterpretation of Tycho Brahe's model.
Right.
Tycho Brahe.
I just thought you were asking for some evidence, and and I thought it was just so weak that he couldn't produce anything or say anything more convincing than the fact. Well, there are cameras planted around the planet, and they prove that the Tycho's model is true. I think you need to do better than that to prove or convince an audience. There was nothing more. It was quite.
Well, Martin is like me. He's a podcaster. He's not really a researcher. So he was really just a friend of the show that I wanted to have back. He's not no one can accuse me of being a researcher either. I'm a talk show host that likes to bring these topics to audio form and video form. Don't call me any great flat earth or ball earth or astronomer. People always, it's interesting because people want you to be an expert on it. And just recently I'm talking about chemtrails because so many of my listeners are convinced that something is happening. So I'm not interested in the topic actually, but because everyone else keeps bringing it up on the weekends anyway, I decided to just listen to another podcast, and the guy came on named James Lee, and I thought he had a pretty good explanation. That's all.
Right.
I'm not promoting one or the other because because
you're not the researcher.
Plus, I don't really have a real interest in what's right and what's wrong, in the sense that I just want to try and figure out what's bothering everybody and talk about it.
Yeah, I think the whole thing might be a psyop, but who knows? I don't go up into the sky and have a laboratory to check what's.
Well, we can know many things, and we just take all the things we're quite convinced of, and then we assemble them into an information website like James's, and then you can evaluate it for yourself. But It's I'm only interested in the topic mainly because it riles people up
Yeah. Well,
in
and
a way that doesn't make sense to me.
I think it might be a psyop because one reason because and I mentioned this in my diet and eating
Yeah.
video that the real chemtrails are being sprayed by our farmers on your food.
Well, sure.
And that's something that should be far more concerning than
Mhm.
speculation about what's in the sky.
Well, there's many poisons. There's many. The saying the poison is in the dose. In other words, we consume and are exposed to many chemicals that in small quantities probably won't kill us right away, but maybe we bioaccumulate them. Or if we have too much at once, it'll kill us.
Yeah.
If you have too much water, it will kill you. So the poison is in the dose. Too much anything, vodka, alcohol,
Well,
smoking. You can kill you can drink some alcohol, it won't kill you.
I don't think it would be a challenge to kill yourself eating fruit and nuts.
Sure. Okay. Mhm.
But point taken.
Yeah.
Apparently Tycho died in the year. Someone mentioned suspicious numbers, and he died in the year.
Yes.
He died in the year 1601, which equals the number 18.
Okay.
And he had a very strange death. Apparently, he had some backing up in some blockage in his bladder or thereabouts, and refused to leave a banquet, so he died.
Yeah. I there's a lot of crap. Yeah. There's a lot of crap to the story, and we don't even know if that story
No,
is
right.
correct.
Yeah. It probably is just a story. The whole thing is just a story. 1601, I don't trust anything that's more than 150 years ago.
Mhm.
So,
By the way, I know we're all over the place, which is great. A really good flight tracker is globe.adsbexchange.com. So if there's a plane that you think is spraying you, go to this. This is a crowdsourced website. In other words, the information that they use is from volunteers that have little transponders. I looked it up. You can get a transponder for $500 and put it in your backyard to track planes. And you can contribute to this crowdsourcing effort. But what is the point of this? Look at all the planes that are active right now.
It's yeah.
So they're all emitting something. And we know they're burning oil, some version of it, and pollution has to go somewhere.
Sure.
Look at Chicago, how busy it is. And there's Atlanta here. Atlanta's the busiest airport in the world. And then, of course, New York. Forget about it. Look at it. That's a lot of planes.
Yeah.
And
I wonder if there are more planes than tractors on the planet. Probably not.
Well, they said there's 100. I think he said there's 105,000 flights a day.
Yeah, that's a lot. But how many tractors are out there spraying?
Right. Okay. Pesticides. Right. Yeah, I see it. But look at this highway here. This is really interesting, huh? See how the planes really line up beautifully off the east coast of Florida and go right up the east coast. It's very orderly.
Yeah.
And there's another highway right here in the Gulf from Florida to LA. This is a pretty common highway here.
I guess not many people grow up on farms and become critical of their parents' income.
Okay.
But I'm an exception.
We have a new topic? No.
No, it's just back to chemtrailing on farms because when I was quite young, I was already very nature conscious, and I watched some of that stuff by what's that Canadian natural
farmer?
No. David Suzuki.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That fake, that different fake. But
Well, yeah, he's an environmentalist, but he has 4 children, 5 houses, couple wives.
mhm.
Yeah,
And
probably quite a few cars. Hmm.
yeah,
But he
uh,
wants you to stop killing the planet.
but he inspired me to speak to my father about all the chemicals that were being sprayed on the farm, and
Yeah.
so I started at a young age
Hmm.
being concerned about this.
Yeah, I kind of believe polio was caused by DDT,
Mhm.
which was was it not to control the mosquitoes,
I,
allegedly?
I
Or was
think
it just to control the pests on
they were
farm?
spraying it on children at swimming pools. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, you could buy DDT laden clothing.
Nice, nice. Um, Another topic
Okay.
related to um, fake humans or fake people, and I've heard some people question uh, you and saying, "Well, he might be." I've heard he's a CIA plant.
Oh, I just got an email from Johnny Cerrucci. He doesn't like me anymore. He thinks I'm a Mason.
Oh gosh. um,
He says he still likes me, but he's on guard and uncomfortable around me. So he
right.
doesn't want to come on the show anymore. He just sent an email. Okay.
Wow. Well,
Well, somebody wanted me to organize a debate between him and some other person.
yeah.
So yeah. So I'm just piling on myself based on what you're saying. I was trying not
Yeah.
to contribute.
Yeah. And I wanted to build a a
So I'm
defense
fake.
on your for you, and
Okay, thank you.
well, a lot of I'm not alone. A lot of people feel you're not the usual host.
Yeah.
You're humble and you're kind. You also share plenty of personal details about your personal life.
Enough. Yeah.
Enough, yeah, more than is common, I'd say.
Well,
Um,
yeah, this is not my income. This is not my livelihood. So I don't ever want it to be. So I
no,
don't
and
really.
yeah, and you've spoken about your daughter. You've spoken about your
Yeah.
work, your
Yeah.
real job,
Yes.
and of course, the site just isn't um, so popular. So
No.
let's be honest and say, well, that doesn't seem like you're getting a lot of behind the curtain support as you would be if you were an agent.
Well, yeah, I'm not really influencing, so I'm not good at influence operations, as the military say.
Hmm.
So no, I'm not making a difference in most people's lives.
No, and you're
I
not.
know people say I sound like Jeff Rentz. I've listened to him before. Okay, maybe there's some similarity, but I don't look like him. And I'm not a Mason. I didn't even really understand that whole "Are you a Mason?" when it first was brought to me in 2012. I don't know any Masons. Now I'm told the police are.
Yeah,
So
we can see that from the badges sometimes.
yeah, but I don't are they all Masons? I guess the ones that want to get ahead. I
I ha-
understand the concept, but does that make you an evil person? Is that the
yeah,
same as being a Jew? What about if you're a Freemason Jew? Would that be doubly worse?
they just want to belong to a group. It's very primitive. Most of
Well,
them.
everyone needs a group for support. It's really hard to get ahead if you're not in a group.
Yeah, I've seen a young police officer here from the state police standing on the street with one hand tucked into his jacket, doing the
Oh,
hidden
that's
hand
good.
sign. And yeah, okay, so you became a Mason, and but you probably have no influence and no special privileges except you go
Yeah.
to the club.
Yeah. And you're probably not in on anything.
No,
You probably don't know anything specific.
no.
Okay. What else do you got on me?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. So Johnny Cerrucci, I don't think he'll come on anymore. I don't know what his problem is. Yeah. Oh, I know what his problem is. I mentioned get Drake on the show at the same time. He hates Drake. He also
Oh.
doesn't like Tim Osmond. So that's 2 strikes. against me for associating with them. Maybe he doesn't like you. That would make 3 strikes. So
Probably.
that's what got in his craw. I brought up Drake. Okay, he hates Drake.
Is Drake the same as the Southern Israelite?
Yeah, that's his real name. Well, that's what he says his name is. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
really doesn't like it. Oh, he also hates that I call everything fake. And he doesn't like I'm anonymous. Okay.
Mhm. I thought Southern Israelite was quite good. So
Well, if he really did study seminary, he knows his stuff.
yeah.
But Johnny does too. Johnny
Yeah.
writes, they both write books. Why can't they get along? Why can't they just find the overlaps? I don't agree with everything you say, but we can get along. We can talk about stuff.
Yeah.
I don't get the hostility. I don't like Jim's view on the Jews. I
Or
think
the
he's wrong.
paranoia, hostility and paranoia now.
Yeah, I think that's wrong. I don't agree with Phil on his view of that either, but I can still talk to him.
Phil's view on what?
Well, he thinks the Jews are in charge of everything as well.
Right. Yeah.
I think he's just giving them too much credit.
Mhm.
I think.
And it might be a non-discussion because there might all be mostly fake Jews who are on the
Exactly.
top there.
Yeah. And I don't agree that Hitler was probably any more real than Trump. But I don't
Right.
worship him either.
Right.
I don't worship Trump. I like the guy because he's an agitator, but overall, I don't agree with most. I think he's losing his audience really quickly, which is not a good thing.
Mhm.
But again, look at my audience. Some of them like Phil, some of them hate Phil, some of them like Lynn, they don't like Lynn. We're all over the map.
Mhm. I recently did another show on Professor Zhang Zhaoqing.
Okay.
Hard to pronounce. It's the Chinese name, starts with an X.
Oh, yeah. Should we have him on?
That would be funny. Yeah, because he claims he can predict the future, and he believes basically everything he's seeing about the wars. Yeah, he's a realist.
The Shadows of Professor Jiang Zhaoqing's Cave. Whoa.
Yeah. So that's based on his lecture on Plato and the trial of Socrates, mostly about Plato's cave and his idea about the ideal or the ideas, the good, these abstract things that are above the physical world and are all perfect and immutable, and the physical world is just a corruption, an emanation, and yet a corruption of this perfect, abstract, almost spiritual world. It's such a load of nonsense. He basically just regurgitated Plato for everyone. It's just like going to university.
Okay, yeah. You
Professor
got some reaction there to Tommy Rogers, who was talking, left a comment on your site. I'll put a link to the video in today's show notes.
Thanks. And
just so people know, FakeOTube is where this video will live on YouTube. I don't delete anything anymore, so hopefully the channel doesn't get struck down. But if you want the show notes, just go to the description of FakeOTube, and that'll bring you to my blog, and you can get the show notes, which has all the links to what we are talking about for the most part.
One of the professor's arguments, which wasn't unique either, it's also was also made by Nietzsche, that Plato is Christianity, proto-Christianity, and the inspiration for the Christian worldview and idea of heaven and God. And so they think Plato preceded Christianity, and well, that's obviously they buy into the timelines we're given, which I don't. But they failed to note that really it's all religions that denigrate nature, as does Plato, by claiming it. The physical world is mere shadow and
Where was
corruption.
this Jan guy trained? Do you know?
Well, officially he's from China and was harassed. He had to leave.
Mhm.
As if they would let him leave, but whatever. And then he's in Canada now.
Oh,
Uh,
Canadian.
but he did go to Harvard. I don't think he has a PhD, but in any case, he goes by the title professor. And
Okay.
he's always talking to an invisible group of people.
Okay. So is he in a university or any kind of institution?
No, he's just performing for the internet.
Oh, okay. Then he's popular.
Very, very. That's why he was on my hit list.
We call him a con man. Okay.
Yeah, Shadowcaster, I called him.
Shadowcaster. Okay, that's interesting.
Well, it's a play on the Plato's myth of the cave again.
Yeah.
Do you know it?
Yeah, everyone talks about it. That
Yeah, that we're
you
all.
see shadows and
It's very insulting, of course, that all of humanity is just a bunch of cavemen stuck watching shadows and not realizing they're being cast,
yeah.
thinking they're real. Well, there's a lot of truth to it. People are sitting watching screens. It's not very different. And watching this man, Professor, is not very different, because he's just repeating what Plato did, and he's not encouraging students to ask questions, to question whether Plato is real or not. So he really is putting his students in the cave and turning them into cavemen who just don't think and just absorb
Well, he only
whatever.
has 7,000 subscribers. That's not very big.
No, but he has like 20 channels, so that's not the right one.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Professor Jang Academy. Okay. Okay, that's not a big one. Maybe these are knockoffs or they're all his. Is it predictive history?
Predict, that's the big one, I think.
Oh yeah, wow. 2 million.
There you go. So he does talk about the war, and he's predicting what will happen next. And well, maybe he's getting inside information. It doesn't matter. It's not really useful because we know the war is fake.
Yeah. So he's analyzing what's going on.
Yeah, he thinks he's using game theory to predict the future.
Okay. Well, people love predictions. I have no predictions, by the way. I can't even tell you which way oil's going to go tomorrow.
I'm going to make a couple predictions in the future, but
Okay.
yeah, I don't normally indulge in that.
I'm almost always wrong on a daily basis, so my trading's not going too good. So I'm gonna have to change strategies and just back off on immediate predictions and just hope for general trends over years, which usually work out pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I predict the market will go up over the next 10 years. How's that? That's not bad, huh?
Pretty safe.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain it's going to go up. It's going to go above where it is now. Even if it goes 1 point, I'll still be right.
Mm-hmm. Some of the things that the good professor didn't bother to question or bring the students' attention to are things like, well, Plato does talk about cannibalism. What's up with that? He does seem to express a criticism of cannibalism, but I do question that. I turned that upside down in my video.
Yeah,
and there in the book he was mostly referring to is The Republic by Plato, and it includes something called the myth of Er.
Okay.
And from my perspective, as I'm already, what's the word, clued in on the fact that these books are written by people who are masters of multiple European languages and are constantly mocking us. The myth of obviously is a hint or reference to the, or is based on the English word ERR. Myth of is just ER. And so myth of is the myth of error. So it's quite funny.
Getting back to your professor, did he come on the scene 2 years ago? Because this looks like the oldest video.
I don't know. I wasn't aware of him until 2 months ago. So.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I'm gonna listen to anything he says, but I just looking at his channel. He needs better video quality and color if he wants to be good. Just
If you
looking.
want
Although
more.
he's getting, look at the views, 2.1 million views. Wow,
It makes you wonder. Yeah. Well, yeah.
that's a lot. So you're right. Somebody's pushing him to the top. Why is this one? The latest thing has 1 million views. How much does that pay on YouTube, by the way?
Midterm examination, a chance for you to question and examine me. All right, so before we...
He's talking to nobody?
I think there might be some paid actors in the classroom, not actual students. But it's hard to be sure because sometimes he does say any questions and someone does speak.
Okay. Maybe we should do presentations like this.
Yeah, and get the fancy electronic blackboard where he just has to touch something on the right side and you get your choice of digital chalk.
Oh, that is cool. That's what some news weather guys do. They touch the board and make things move. Remember the guy John King in the elections? He could move the screens around by touching and dragging. It was a touch screen, a big touch screen, obviously. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Anil Folatingua says the Asian guy is another CIA asset. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
he's someone's intelligence asset. I don't know, CIA, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Well, Prophet, good show today. I appreciate the variety. It's way more interesting. I like it.
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
Does anyone else like it? Put a note in to the chat, or it's Peter at fakeologist.com. Is that what we gave you? I forgot.
Yeah.
Peter at fakeologist.com. I'm Ima, IMA at fakeologist.com. And I reserve the right to my anonymity. If you don't mind. Johnny Cerrucci, sorry. That's just what I've chosen so far. We might one day make a big reveal that'll reveal almost nothing. But that's fine. Not getting any younger.
Yeah, everyone has the right to play cautious.
Well, it's just because I have a family, so
yeah,
they don't want my nonsense to be associated with their lives, I guess. Although I don't think after all this time there'd be any negative impacts because nobody's listening at any great extent. Anyway, I'm no Professor Jang.
No.
If I had 1 million followers, maybe that would be different. But we have a few hundred, and you were saying that you didn't see good view counts.
Yeah, it picked up again, but it was a bit strange.
Well, I don't know how this works. Don't forget, these are probably more accurate views than say YouTube, but I don't know. Sorry, more accurate numbers than say promoted people on YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's see, the thing is, nobody shares FakeoTube. You got to share it to be seen. And like, for instance, this Simon Shack one has 483 views. Well, he has a name and he's been around since 2006. But look at Tim Osmond, only got 80.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. Usually everyone picks up at the same speed and gets around the 400 mark. But
Well, yeah. Well, maybe. I can't explain it. I didn't change anything, but yeah, the views are really low for everyone. In the 200s, that's not good. But on the other hand, people know that I'm leaving the videos on YouTube now.
oh, okay.
I'm not deleting them because YouTube, I guess, fired 10,000 censors and they haven't replaced them, and there's no real algo that cares what I'm saying. So should we look at the views on YouTube? Because I don't usually do that. So if you go to shortfake.com/YouTube, that's one of my channels, Fakeologist 3. And okay, well, there's 200 views for Lynn. Wait, what is this? That doesn't look right. Oh, we got to click live. Sorry, excuse me, live. I can't talk. So your show last week got 364 views on YouTube on my channel.
Okay, now that adds up.
Yeah. So I don't even go to FakeOTube. I'm sorry to say. I'm on YouTube all day long myself. That's where everyone lives.
Yeah.
So Lynn gets about 400. Fake Nukes gets 500. Lynn and Southern Israelite got 800. So okay. So they're 400 to 500 views over here. So we are kind of splintered all over the place. We're on FakeOTube. We're on YouTube.
Yeah.
I have 2 YouTube channels, by the way. Why don't we look over there? Short Fake and these are my short form URLs. So if you go to shortfake.com/YouTube2,
Fakeologist 6. Oof.
yeah, it doesn't look like I'm streaming there. Let me see. Shortfake.com/YouTube3. Fakeologist 5. We are streaming there still. I think. Oh, maybe we're not. Okay. So that's my backup channel. So it looks like I thought I was streaming there. We only get 20, 30, 40 views there. I left all these videos up. So there you go. And none of these have good thumbnails either. You know how you put a good thumbnail to get views?
They say, but
These are not good thumbnails, so no one's going to click on them.
no, you can make good titles. That could help.
They're not even good titles.
Okay, you're not trying.
Yeah, they're not good. And I'm just being frank.
Well,
Yeah.
You're spread too thin to do everything.
Yeah. I'm spread too thin. There's no upside to it. But we have loyal listeners. We have 50 people live right now, which is really good.
Yeah, nice to hear.
To have people show up live to anything is crazy in this day and age, unless it's a football game or a hockey game.
I neglected to watch for comments, but my apologies.
We got some comments. Squirrel Waffen, thank you. You share FakeOTube. I know you're one of the only guys on FakeOTube. So I appreciate that. We're also on X, by the way. Now, I don't get a lot of traction on X, but I do pay for that. So we're streaming live there now as well. And do we have anyone listening? We have 13 people over there listening live.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. So we do have a lot of good people that are there. Traction on X, but I do pay. Sorry, pressed the wrong button. So we're there as well. So we're all over the place. So I appreciate everyone for showing up. And there's the fake Artemis thing. The fake Artemis. Look at them.
It's just pure art. Amiss. Art gone amiss.
Yeah, it's actually, they're not really doing that well. They haven't really made any great strides in fakery, which is sad. That's a sad thing. See, we weren't looking for any progress in going into space because we know it's fake. But I think we were all hoping, sort of, that they would do a better job faking it. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, when I saw what the Indian government put up was it last year or 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Like,
Not-
okay,
That was really
gee.
bad.
Yeah.
And China was really bad too. They need to really work on their productions. Really bad. And NASA really hasn't done anything.
Well, I think it's by design. They just, they are mocking us, and the worse the productions are, the greater the mockery is, because people are not standing up and saying, "Hey, what's our money going into?" And well, you don't even have to analyze these productions. You just have to say, "What's going on with our taxes? What have you done for us? Just entertaining us with these fake launches, millions and billions of dollars for what?"
Yeah, because there's a lack of outrage, that also is on their radar as well.
Yeah,
And
that gives them free reign.
well, yeah, but on the other hand, I think it would be more worrisome if people aren't concerned.
About their taxes.
Yeah, they're not concerned about that. So that means they don't really believe in their money. So they're going to lose a lot of support for things that are really important to keep the system going, like the money system. So if people aren't buying into the way things used to work, then maybe they have more worry, I think. So people don't care about fake space because they don't care about money. Then they might stop working if the money they're getting paid doesn't work for them anymore. So they could drop out of the system. That to me would be a bigger problem
Oh,
because
course.
it's a cascade.
Sure.
Because you were saying drop out. Okay, well, then that means they have to bring people in to do the work from somewhere else. And they're going to get a lot of resistance from the locals. And that's going to make more chaos. The whole part of the system is they want it to run smoothly without chaos.
Yes and no. I think the system or their game is about to run out. I don't think they're really interested in maintaining it. They don't need 4 billion people working. I just think there's a time when their big changes are coming. They're not getting any personal benefit out of having, hundreds of millions of homes and apartment buildings with people working their butts off. I mean, there's some pleasure in controlling all those people, but I think they don't really need that anymore. And maybe that pleasure has had its time. I think they have their own population to think about, and maybe they want to go back to the old days when they controlled all the continents, the colonial days, when there's wild game for them to hunt, and less of us.
Yeah, well, yeah, they want rewilding. That's part of Agenda 21.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, that's a discussion for another show. I will do a special presentation on it in the near future.
Okay. Well, thanks so much. Good show. Very interesting. I think it went well. Please share the show, everybody, if you can, with one person that hasn't heard of us, or one person that hates us, or both, if you can. So that would be great. All right, Peter at fakeologist.com.
Oh, one more point.
Okay.
I know you've been accused of being just on that point of being a CIA asset. Yeah. I have too. An ex-girlfriend here started spreading rumors that I'm a CIA plant.
Yeah. Well, you're Canadian, so I don't think you could be hired.
No. Anyway.
I don't think they need that many plants out there, really. They put the idea out, and the people get the mind virus and start spreading it themselves. I don't think they need to pay too many people.
Yeah.
But we are just not big enough to make a difference. So that's why everyone likes us. That's why we're here. And most people don't like us, and that's why they're not here. So Scheinbaum is really trying to push Mexico in the New World Order. Well,
Mhm.
there's way more upside in Mexico in terms of getting people into the digital ID, getting people into the banking system, because I don't think
Mm.
it's 100% saturation, say, like Canada. Does everyone in Mexico have a bank account?
Oh no, it might be 60%.
Yeah, so there's way more upside. Way more upside for them to do it in Mexico.
And way more uphill.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe, yeah.
There's people like their freedom here, and they know they don't like paying their taxes here. So
Yeah. Well, there's more upside to changing things in Mexico. In Canada, people will just go along. They'll go along with anything pretty much. We're already overtaxed and overbanked and overinsured and over everything. So
mhm.
anyway, okay.
Very
From
good.
one chill to another. Thank you, Peter.
You're welcome.
And we'll talk to you next week. Thanks, everybody.
Adios.
All right. Bye-bye.
Doors won't keep you from yours. Dearest of one, get up, it's a school.